this is Lefty, and I want to congratulate all the winners tonight, and also, all the people that came for this big meal and contributed money to the charity. And it's a great event and I wish I could be there with you, but look, is anybody there 86 years old? Anybody older than me? If there is, you know why I'm not there. Because I'd love to be there, but I just couldn't make it. I'm too old, and I don't travel much. In fact, I'm about to kill myself. When Steve asked me to do it first, I wasn't even in the Hall of Fame. I told him that if I get in the Hall of Fame and I have to go to the Final Four, no way I can make it, because I'm still recovering. But it's a great event, and I want to congratulate all the winners and all you people that paid money, $400, I understand, for the charity. So I'm happy to be here and honored to get my award. I guess Chuck told me I'm going to get a new Cadillac. Is that right? No, I know, but I'm getting a football award. And a lot of y'all don't know this, but in 1955 and 56, I coached JV football at Granby High School, and I had 2 undefeated teams, and one of them was undefeated unscored on. So it's an honor for me to get a football award from a DC touchdown club. And I'm excited and wished I could have been there with you guys, but I just couldn't make it. Does anybody have any questions, or you want me to talk about what, Maryland or Davidson or whatever? You tell me. What do you say?
Tell a story, or you can just say, have a great night. If you want to tell a story.
No, I can tell some stories if you want me to tell them. We had a lot of great stories at Maryland, and one of them was Moses Malone, the best player I ever signed, never showed up. And if we'd have had him, I'd have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. But a lot of stories. Tom McMillan is the only Rhodes Scholar in University of Maryland history, and I had a lot of great players and great teams, and I never was an assistant coach to anybody, so I just coached the way I like to play. I like to run, fast break, play man-for-man defense, and that's the way I coached. I didn't learn under Hank Iba or Dean Smith, or anybody else, or Al McGuire, Frank McGuire. I was a high school player and a college player at Duke, and I coached like I like to play. Anybody got any questions? I guess everybody's satisfied. Is Chuck still there?
Why did you get into coaching?
Why did I get into coaching? Well, I don't know. When I went to Duke, I worked for the Ford Motor Company in the summertime. So when I got out of Duke, I wanted to coach, but I applied for a job and I didn't get it. So I went to work for Ford Motor Company for a year, and my salary back in '54 was $6,200 a year, which was pretty good back then. And then the athletic director at Granby High School, where I had attended from the 2nd grade through the 12th, offered me the JV football and basketball coaching job for $3,200. And I told my wife, can I take this job? And Joyce said, no, you can't take it. I said, well, it's just 9 months, and I'll work hard in the summer and make up for it. So I sold encyclopedias, and I sold more in the state of Virginia, because she kicked me out of the house every morning at 9 o'clock. And I made up for, I didn't make $6,200, but I made a little bit. So that's the way I got into coaching. I just always loved coaching. And, I was a player in high school, won a state championship as a player, and coached a state championship at a team at Newton School with 25-0. And so I always wanted to coach in college. And Eddie Cameron, who was the athletic director at Duke, kind of liked me when I was at Duke, and he called me up one day and asked me if I wanted the Davidson job. And I said, yeah, I'd love to have it. So I went to Davidson for $6,000 a year, and I was making 62 at Newport News High School. So every job I took, I got a cut in pay. But that was a great job for me. And like I say, again, I had no experience in college coaching, or never worked on anybody except my high school coach and my college coach. So that's the way I got into coaching. It wasn't for the money. Like if I got in it today, now I'd be getting in it for the money. I got in. Actually, I took a cut in pay everywhere I went.
Last question. What do you remember about recruiting Adrian Danley?
Adrian Danley? Well, I tell you this. I had Adrian's mother and his aunt sold, no question. They wanted Adrian to come to Maryland so they could see him play. But, you know, he was a good Catholic young man, and he wanted to go to a Catholic school, and Digger came in here and stole him from me. But Adrian's one of my favorite. Adrian, I've told my players all along, Adrian was 6'5", and he led the NBA in three-point plays inside, not jump shot. And he was a great rebounder and a great basketball player in the NBA at about 6'5". And he was a forward, one of the smallest forwards ever to make the NBA All-Star team. Okay, well, listen, any other questions, you know, just write me a letter. I'll answer them. But I wish I could have been there with you tonight because I know it's a great event. And Chuck
Ladies and gentlemen, Lefty Driesell.